Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed.
Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. 55 new cases of the Delta variant of coronavirus in the Philippines were reported as of Sunday, July 25, according to the Department of Health. Out of the 55 new cases, 37 are considered local infections. 17 are returning overseas Filipinos, while one is currently being verified whether this is a local or a returning overseas Filipino case, according to the DOH. Of the 37 local cases, 14 were from Calabarzon, 8 from northern Mindanao, 6 had indicated addresses in the National Capital Region, 6 from Central Luzon, 2 from Davao Region, and 1 from the Ilocos Region. The DOH also called on the public to immediately reach out to their barangay health emergency response teams if they were exposed to a positive individual or developed COVID-19 signs or symptoms. Communications Secretary Martin Andanar assured Filipinos that President Duterte's State of the Nation address will make an impact in their hearts and minds, saying the event will be a reflection of Duterte's brand of leadership. Andanar made the statement days ahead of the President's sixth and final SONA today, July 26. In a statement, Andanar said the Presidential Communications Operations Office was working non-stop to ensure that Duterte's last SONA will leave a mark. According to Andanar, the SONA will be complemented by PTV's documentary Ang Pangulo, which will be shown before the President's speech. Andanar said approximately 400 guests will physically attend the SONA. They will be required to present negative COVID-19 test results before being allowed at the Batasan Pambansa's Batasan Hall. To accommodate a wider audience composed of some cabinet officials and diplomats, PCOO has set up a virtual live screening of the SONA at the Malacanang Palace. He said design inspirations from Mindanao will be incorporated in delivering and focusing on the Duterte administration's heirloom legacies. Meanwhile, the SONA committee was set to play pre-recorded favorite songs of President Duterte rendered by the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra throughout the SONA. These include Ang Pagbabago, What a Wonderful World, Dust in the Wind, and MacArthur Park, among others, throughout the SONA. Gloomy weather conditions with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms will prevail over Metro Manila today as President Duterte is expected to deliver his final State of the Nation address. The Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAG-ASA, said the southwest monsoon or habagat will continue to affect the country. Based on the latest weather update, monsoon rains will prevail over Ilocos Region, Zambales, Bataan, and Occidental Mindoro. State meteorologists warned residents of these areas of possible flash floods or landslides due to scattered up to widespread, moderate to at times heavy rains. Meanwhile, cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms will affect Metro Manila, Abra, Benguet, Tarlac, Pampanga, Bulacan, Cavite, and Batangas. As for the rest of the country, the habagat will bring partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. No weather disturbance is seen to affect the country in the next 2 to 3 days, according to weather specialist Meno Mendoza. But Mendoza noted that habagat is expected to continue affecting the country in the coming days. Nearly half of Filipino families consider themselves poor based on the results of the Social Weather Station survey on self-rated poverty released on Sunday, July 25. The survey conducted from June 23 to 26 found 48% of Filipino families rating themselves as mahirap or poor, 23% rating themselves as hindi mahirap, or not poor, and 29% placing themselves on the borderline, dividing the two categories and classified by SWS as borderline poor. SWS said this is similar to the findings in May 2021 when 49% felt poor, 17% felt not poor, and 33% felt borderline poor. It noted that it was only in the Visayas where families feeling poor rose from 56% to 70%, along with a decline in borderline poor from 39% to 24%. The June SWS survey used face-to-face interviews of 1,200 adults nationwide, 300 each in Metro Manila, Balance Luzon, the Visayas, and Mindanao.
Here is a roundup of news in and around Metro Manila. Let's watch these reports.
Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Dumagoso gave due recognition to the city's health workers for continuing its COVID-19 vaccination program despite continuous monsoon rains. Dumagoso lauded the Manila Health Department on Sunday for its exceptional efficiency after successfully inoculating a total of 37,134, which is equivalent to 30% of the total COVID-19 jobs in the National Capital Region on July 24. A total of 121,930 people were vaccinated in the NCR. The Manila also thanked the people who decided to line up for the city's vaccination amid the bad weather and flood. He also promised that the LGU will not stop vaccinating its residents come hell or high water. As of July 25, the city has already deployed 1,217,701 vaccines, with 753,070 residents vaccinated with their first dose and 464,631 who have been fully vaccinated. The Navotas city government postponed the COVID-19 vaccination schedule today, July 26, due to flooding. In an announcement issued Sunday, the city government said all individuals who were set to receive their first dose today will be rescheduled. The postponement will give way to cleaning of the vaccination sites due to flooding caused by heavy rains over the weekend. Meanwhile, individuals who were scheduled for second dose today will be given a new appointment date.
Now, let's take a look at the latest news in other parts of the country. And here are the details.
A sinkhole is threatening to swallow an entire house which has been built only 2 months ago in Barangay Lagile, Taal, Batangas. The sinkhole happened after 2 tremors rocked the province of Batangas Saturday morning. Taal resident Jomar Salazar de Rojas revealed that the pit started to appear since Taal volcano's flare-up last year. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology traced the epicenter of the earthquake at 23 kilometers southwest of Calatagan, Batangas at around 4:48 a.m. The earthquake measured 6.6 magnitude on the Richter scale on Saturday morning, July 24. Some 8,000 residents of Tawi-Tawi have so far been inoculated with the single-dose Johnson & Johnson's Janssen COVID-19 vaccine. This after the national government has earlier allotted some 30,000 doses of the single-dose vaccine for Tawi-Tawi, the BARMM's island province situated in the country's southern border. The initial batch of the Janssen vaccines was rolled out on July 23, where 8,000 of the island's 213,776 target population have already been vaccinated. The vaccine would also be rolled out soon in Tawi-Tawi's municipalities of Sitangkay, Turtle Island, and Mapun Island, all borders of Malaysia and some islands of Indonesia. In a bid to contain the spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant, Region 13 or the Caraga region has established border checkpoints and required travelers from Region 10 or Northern Mindanao to show some documents to be granted entry to the region. The Regional Task Force for COVID-19 One Caraga Shield approved last July 21 Resolution No. 37 Series of 2021, which restricts the travel movement between Region 10 and Caraga to contain the spread of COVID-19 Delta variant through the establishment of regional border checkpoints.
Now for the updates from news around the world. Here is that report.
Indonesia will extend the COVID-19 restrictions for the next 8 days to control the transmission of COVID-19 as announced by President Joko Widodo on Sunday. Widodo asked people to be vigilant against the highly contagious Delta variant and possible emergence of other more dangerous variants. The virus has spread to all the country's 34 provinces, and more transmissible virus Delta variant has contributed to the surge in the COVID-19 cases in some regions. Indonesia is accelerating its massive vaccination program while maintaining restrictions on public mobility in several regions amid the second wave of outbreak. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa on Sunday said the country had largely passed the peak of its third coronavirus wave and eased restrictions, including a ban on alcohol sales. The African country worst hit by the virus went back into a partial lockdown last month to stem a surge in COVID-19 cases, widely attributed to the highly transmissible Delta variant. But Ramaphosa still announced the easing of restrictions on gatherings, in-country travel and alcohol sales with almost immediate effect. A nighttime curfew remains in place and face masks are still mandatory. School closed for the winter vacation are also permitted to reopen as scheduled on Monday. Pope Francis said Sunday he hopes the Tokyo Olympics, which opened Friday, will be a sign of hope and universal brotherhood during the coronavirus pandemic raging around the world. In this period of pandemic, let these games be a sign of hope, a sign of universal brotherhood, and of healthy competitive spirit, the pontiff said at the end of the Angelus prayer. He also gave the blessings from God to the organizers, the athletes, and all those who are collaborating for the great celebration of sport. The games opened officially on Friday in a nearly empty stadium after being postponed for a year because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Now here are the latest news in show business. Let's watch this.
In compliance with the reimposition of the Interagency Task Force's heightened general community quarantine restrictions, the Miss World Philippines organization decided to reschedule the Miss World Philippines Coronation Night. The finals were initially scheduled for July 25, but due to the rising cases of COVID-19 in the country, it has been reset at Okada, Manila on August 8. In line with this, pageant veteran Dindi Pajares of Orani, Bataan has been chosen to represent the Philippines at the Miss Supranational beauty pageant in Poland on August 21. Pajares earned the right to represent the Philippines in the international competition after she topped the polls participated in by the candidates and Miss World Philippines officials. The announcement was made by Arnold Vegafria, National Director of Miss World Philippines, on July 24. Dindi is set to leave for Poland on August 3.
And now for the latest news from Manila Bulletin's sports section. Let's watch these.
Margielyn Didal ended her gallant Olympic run after placing 7th place in the final of the women's street skateboarding in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics at the Ariake Urban Sports Park on Monday, July 26. Didal, who was constantly in rank 6, fell to 7th after 3 straight scoreless tricks starting in the 3rd heat. It was a youthful domination in the street skateboarding event as 13-year-old Momiji Nishia of Japan captured the gold medal, while 13-year-old Reisa Leal of Brazil grabbed the silver and another Japanese Funo Nakayama, 16 years old, took home the bronze. Meanwhile, boxers Carlo Paalam, Nesty Petesio, and Irish Magno continues their bid for an Olympic gold as they advance to the next round of boxing competition. Filipino weightlifter Hidilyn Diaz is also set to compete at the women's 55 kg weightlifting tournament tonight at 7:50 p.m.
And those are the news on web today, July 26, 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of the Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow, or you can log on to www.mb.com.ph. You may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.